me, I'm live. Three times the charm. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea Amador. I'm a published author and coach. And I started this group last year after needing to figure out a way to pay my rent and bills after COVID wiped out my income. My husband and I were desperate. Bills were mounting. Rent was not getting paid. And after a few months, we were terrified of getting evicted. And a friend had suggested that I check out grants, and oh my God, that was like the best thing ever. So then, after being able to successfully get several $1,000s of assistance and rent relief and other services paid and opportunities, I decided to share this, what I know, with others. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Back in November, I created the Grants Made Easy with Andrea Amador Facebook group, and I've been teaching my members how to get grants. And I've just started live streams, so be patient with me because this is a little bit new and I'm trying to figure out. I'm streaming to YouTube. Hey, my YouTube subscribers, thank you so much for being here. And I wanted to share today, we're going to talk about a mentality, the specific mentality you need to be able to cultivate in order to get grants because it's not easy. I want to be straight with you. And my coaching background and also my office management background kind of came together and really helped me to get a system, to create a system. And it's those two things that are necessary because you have to go into this with eyes wide open. There is an enormous amount of information on the internet about grants, and so much of it is outstanding. And my particular mentor and the person who I first started learning about grants from, his name is Matthew Lesko. Maybe you've heard of him. He's been doing grants and teaching people how to apply for government money programs for nearly 50 years. And nobody is more dedicated and is passionate about teaching people about grants than Matthew. So, despite the fact that I'm here doing this group, he is very much a source of my ongoing knowledge because nobody other than him has their finger on the pulse of what's on the edge in terms of grants. Okay, so what are grants, you may ask? First, let's just jump into that because what I've been seeing is I've been seeing a lot of spam in my Facebook group lately because I haven't been there. I have a friend in the hospital right now. Um, Grants are government money programs that are free. As part of the way that the United States government runs, the government gives block grants to your state departments, to organizations, to nonprofits, to local and regional organizations that assist people. And ultimately, the reason and the purpose of that is to move the economy, to activate and keep the economy and money flowing so people can pay their taxes. It's all good. However, we benefit tremendously from this. And it doesn't matter who is in office. It doesn't matter what administration, whether it's Democrat, Republican, Independent. It doesn't matter. This has been going on for many, many years. The amount of money available in terms of grants will fluctuate from year to year. And right now, because of COVID, there is an enormous influx of opportunity available. So let me just back up a little bit and ask if you guys have any questions. To be honest, I don't have my connection right now to YouTube, so I'm just able to see through StreamYard if anybody has any questions. Oh, wait a minute. No, that captures it. Okay. So let me jump into the abundance mentality. I mean, yeah. Okay, so what you need as a person pursuing grants and learning about grants is you need an abundance mentality. When I said that I'll just quickly go over what is not a grant is anything that a company will offer you. So, for example, the spam that I've been seeing on my Facebook group is um, like a message that would say that X company is offering to give you a grant of $20,000. And if you respond to them by this amount of time, they will, give it to you. And ultimately, the way that you can determine if something is a legitimate grant is if at the back end somebody is going to ask you for money. Because if somebody is going to ask you for money, it's not a real grant. Grants are not about taking money from the individual, it's about giving cash and services and different types of relief and counseling and organizing to the individual. So if you see maybe on your in your email, on your phone, if your phone has messages and somebody is offering to give you a grant, right? And you see ultimately it says just pay $47 for this and you'll get this. No, no, no. Delete it. That's not real. That is not a grant. However, grants, as I said, the government money programs that are available, there are trillions and trillions of dollars that are available through grants. Basically, I heard a statistic recently that 1/3 of all money in the United States is devoted to the government. That's 1/3 of everything. The government has dominion over that. So by the government giving grants, these block grants to these organizations and nonprofits and state agencies, there is a tremendous amount of money available for whatever the need. That's an abundance mentality. I want you guys to go into your grant pursuit being aware that it's not a question of if you're going to get a grant, it's when. However, you need to realize that you got to work it. If you want grants, then you have to do what is necessary to go after them. And just going on the internet and you just casually browsing sites, you are not going to have the latest information. You are going to not know how to fill out the applications. You're going to get easily overwhelmed. That's why I want you to go to the last live stream that I did, two of them actually, where I talked about number one, researching grants using Google, and then number two, using Google Alerts to actually get notifications in your inbox. All right, so there's an abundance. There is a tremendous amount of opportunity available. Now, what you need to do if you're looking for grants is you have to set your sights and be realistic and know that you must be persistent. Now, I'm telling you all of this before I talk about what you need to do specifically to get grants. I want you to have the mentality that is a grant winner mentality. You gotta be tenacious, man. And that's where my coaching comes in as an empowerment coach. If think about it this way, this is something that I actually learned from Jack Canfield when I attended his workshop, his self-esteem workshop in 2004. If you think about any opportunity as a numbers game, so that basically means that I want you to embrace rejection, okay? I want you to realize that if you try doing something once and twice and three times and four times and five times and six times, and it doesn't, well, actually, a lot of people just give up after the second time or some after the first time. It doesn't mean it's not going to work. So, what Jack did was he set us up for like expecting rejection and being okay with it. And he said that whenever you hear rejection, instead of saying no, replace that with next. Next. Okay, what are you going to do next? Who are you going to call next? What are you going to think of next? What next new pursuit are you going to follow in terms of getting grants? Okay, so that covers the importance of being persistent. Um, well, actually, it covers two. It covers be rejection proof, but I'll go into that a little bit more at the very end. So, patient. You must be patient because realize that the core of your grant search activity is going to be directed at calling people. Many of the people that you will be calling will be bureaucrats. You're not going to speak directly with the politicians. You're most likely going to speak with their aides, their assistants. You may, reach a temp. It may be a receptionist that you'll reach, but you're going to start to make phone contact with these people's offices with the intention of getting through to them, not directly and not personally, but by reaching their gatekeepers, they are going to inform them about your needs. Now, what that really means to you is that you need to stand out. And that specifically is why I designed this week's invitation in the way that I did, with the pencils and the green pencil being taller and standing out. That's you. That's what you need to do. You need to stand out from the people who will just send an email or just look on a website and say, there's nothing for me. You need to make phone calls and you need to reach people and share your story. Don't be afraid to say what it is that you need, because by doing that, what you're doing is you're making a personal connection with the person who's answering the phone. They may be working for a government office, and you may have your feelings about, calling your local senator if that person is Republican and you're a registered Democrat, or the other way around. But set it aside. It has no bearing whatsoever on your getting a grant. People do not care who you voted for. It is your local politician's job to help you and to give you whatever aid it is that you need, because for them, that equates to you voting for them. That equates to them, to you endorsing them, telling your neighbors about what a great experience you had. So it's a good thing. So you must think about that and realize that you're going to be reaching out, you're going to be making phone calls. So let's cap those three things together so far. There's the abundance mentality. It's a question of, it is out there and it's up to you to find it. It's not going to come to you. It's out there and you have to start making and taking action to find the type of grant that you need. You need to have a persistence mindset. You have to realize that, okay, if one thing doesn't work, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep on finding out. And here's the other thing, is that as you start making phone calls, as you start reviewing, looking on websites and setting up Google alerts and doing the things that I recommend to my group, and subscribers to do, one thing is going to lead to another. And that is where it is truly abundance. And what that means is you may be looking for, let's say, I was speaking with a client this afternoon. She was looking for assistance for her husband's new, he started a house painting company. She was looking for one particular thing for grants for businesses, but what I'm directing her toward is to look at other ways of getting help for personal relief. So she was looking for assistance with purchasing supplies and other things like that. But instead, I'm suggesting to her to focus on getting rent relief, getting other types of assistance that she is currently paying out of pocket to get assistance through the government. So that way, she will have some of those startup costs for her business. Because many of the business grants that you'll be getting, and I'll be speaking about this in another live stream, is going to depend upon the income that you drew last year to prove that it's going to be income dependent and credit dependent. So when we speak about getting grants for businesses, there are other steps that you need to take. So first, before you are a business, you are an individual with a family. Focus first on handling those needs. If you need relief that will offset your ability to spend on your business, then this is a way to go. All right. So, abundance mentality, persistence, patience, get organized. Man, oh man, this is where my office experience really served me. In the pursuit of grants, you are going to gather together different papers. Now, here's an example of just some. You're going to have a copy of your driver's license. You're going to have a copy of, when I say going to, doesn't necessarily mean for every grant that you apply for. That's not the case. For some grants, you may just need a copy of your last phone bill or something like that. But on the whole, when you apply for larger grants that require more funding, you're going to need to have a copy of your driver's license. Let's say a copy of, actually, I should go by category. It's more like identification. And qualifying identification is like a copy of your driver's license, your passport, your government issued ID. Gosh. Okay, so let's move on. Then you're going to need something from your bank. You're going to need a bank statement. You're going to need invoices, proving receipts of payroll receipts if you are receiving payroll. Hey, Julie, how are you? It's great to have you here. You're going to need, okay, so after proving payroll, you're going to need, let's say rent. If you're applying for a rent grant, you're going to need a copy of your lease. A copy of your lease, you will need probably, again, that bank statement showing the check that you paid your landlord, the canceled check. Let's see. Wow, I should have been a little better prepared on this. Okay, so lease, you'll need a copy of your utilities bills, your fuel bill if you're applying for assistance, fuel assistance, a copy of your internet bill. If you are attending school, you'll need a copy of your what is it called? Your like a tuition statement or something like that. But anyway, there is a ton of documents that you need to gather. Now, many of the organizations have made it easier by allowing you to do the application online. You can apply online and you can upload your documents online using specific apps that they uh, invite you to do. When I did the application process for myself and for my husband, um, what I did is I did it a little more old school. I scanned all of our documents and then I uploaded them to Google Drive. And then um, what I did was I sent the share link to the individuals, um, and that gave them the access to my shared Google Drive. So they saw all that information without me actually having to present it face to face. Okay, so organization is so important. And we will be talking about this in a future live stream. I hope to get an organization expert on here to discuss this with me so that she can also talk about password protection and going next level in terms of getting your documents digitized. That's what it's called. When you put your documents um, through a scanner or when you take pictures of them and they're available in cyberspace online, you are digitizing your documents. It is so much better than having a file cabinet, like my file cabinet. But anyway, get organized. All right, stand out. You want to be able to stand out. And again, that goes back to the invitation that I sent you, the design that I created of the green pencil that stands out from all of the gray pencils. Um, you need to be able to stand out in the memory of the people that you are talking to. You need to be respectful. You need to be appreciative. You need to be politely persistent. Don't be afraid to be a tiny bit of a pest. Be creative. Don't be in their face. Don't give them a hard time. Be mindful that the people that you're going to be talking to and calling, that they have more people to deal with than you. And on occasion, you may have somebody who is grouchy and unresponsive, but don't take that personally. That is something that is just a consequence of the frustration that they're going through in their job. Just realize that they're there to help you. And if they say, no, I'm sorry, we can't help you, we don't have that, don't take that as a reason to hang up the phone. Say, okay, thank you. Is there something similar available? Is there another type of assistance available that I can pursue? Do you have a recommendation of where I can go? And the other thing I want to tell you is that when you make phone calls, you're going to be making phone calls to the politicians' offices. Don't ask for a grant. Because if you ask for a grant, you are severely limiting your options in terms of what you will have available, because many grants that are actually legitimate grants are not considered grants at all. They are direct payment, rent relief, um, different types of free services, debt counseling, business counseling. All of these things are ultimately sourced back to grants, but grants are not given to individuals. Grants are given, from the government. Grants are given to individuals by the third party organization, the nonprofit, the state agency. That's where grants come from. So let's see. The last thing is as I mentioned before, be rejection proof. It is so not personal. Don't take no personal. Just keep on forging ahead. And as I shared with you, actually, I haven't yet. One of the upcoming live stream topics I'd like to discuss with you is how to organize your Google contacts using Google Sheets, because being organized, that's your ace in the hole right there. That is so, so important. You need to be able to, oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Um, that is so important to you to be able to be organized, because the onus is on you. You need to be the one to follow up. You need to be the one to make the call, send the email, copy your documents. You need to upload them or go to whatever place it is. If you have an opportunity to actually go to an office, do it, because that is the best way of you standing out and becoming a real person. Hey, if you can, bring them coffee and donuts or a gift card or something, especially after you have a relationship with that, with the people who are helping you. Okay, so let me just pop in and see if I have any questions. Does anybody have any questions about the mentality necessary to get grants? Okay. All right. So I wanted to share a little bit with you. Yes, develop a thick skin. That's exactly right. Don't take it personal. Their rejection of your request is not a rejection of you. Just keep on going. When I first learned about the importance of reaching out to politicians, it was after seeing a video of Matthews talking about specifically that, saying that the best way of getting a grant is by making phone calls. Okay, let me take a break and see what Julie has. Yes, thank you so much, Facebook user. If you click, you'll be able to share your name if you want. I think there's a permission setting that you would need to click on to show your name. But okay, good stuff. Thank you so much. Develop a thick skin. Yes, right on. Send a thank you note. Yes, awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. Julie says both my parents were admitted to the hospital 2 days ago with COVID, and neither one look like they're doing very good. I need all the help or guidance in what direction to take with any kind of grants to help with money coming in. I don't even know where to start or begin with her bills or with any kind of home health. If it gets to that, what direction to go in with some legal help. Thank you. Wow. I'm so glad that you mentioned all this. I have goosebumps from your request. First, let me extend my sincere love and prayers to your parents and you. Next, the fact that your parents are dealing with COVID, there is so much available for COVID related issues. Now, you say your parents, so that means that they are most likely over 60. There is an entire service devoted to finding grants and services for people who are over 60. I put it in the Facebook group Grants Made Easy with Andrea Amador last Sunday, but I'll tell you more about it. It is called Elder Care Locator. Let me just do a screen share. Yeah, let me just do a screen share and find it. Whoops. Hold on a second. Okay, share screen, share screen. Right. So here we go. If you're not yet a member of my Facebook group, what are you waiting for, man? Okay. The link, the URL is facebook.com/groups/grants made easy with Andrea Amador. This is the group. This is where it all happens. We are now 331 members strong. Every week, I put in a poll asking the members what they want, what topics they want to cover on the live stream, and I ask them to vote. So here's that. Here's the invitation for the stream. You'll in the Facebook group, you'll see my old streams. This is the one I want you to notice. Okay. The age for seniors in this in the US, I'm not sure if it's 40 plus or 50 plus, but for grant services for this particular service, it's called Elder Care Locator. It is for people who are 50 plus. That's my understanding. This service is specifically devoted to helping people who are 50 and up. Elder Care Locator is a government-run free service available to anyone over the age of 50 to learn about special grants and opportunities only offered to seniors. So their resource page, let me click on it, is right here. And then what you will do is when you get here, eldercare.acl.gov, you're going to put in your zip code or your city and state and click on search. And this is a sample. This is what you'll see when you get to this URL. Julie, be extra mindful here. It says Caregiver Corner. As the person who's taking care of your parents, you're going to go here and you're going to contact them and you're going to let them know that you're in need of support services. And these are some of the services that they offer, the categories of services: support services, housing, elder rights, transportation, health, insurance, and benefits. Let's see what else. Okay, Julie, also it says COVID-19 resources. All right, so let me check in with you and see if you got the information. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, Julie did 71 and 73. Okay, do you see me back on the screen? I'm not sure. Oh, thank you. That is so nice of you. I appreciate you putting my Facebook group link up. That's awesome. Great. So do you still see me on the screen or am I sharing still? Julie, I just want to check and make sure that you've got all the information for the Elder Care Locator. Okay, it says, and can you also lead me in a direction of maybe some kind of needed an attorney? Right, thank you for that, to handle a lot of matters. This is all new for me. My 16-year-old daughter has been living with them, so I'm not sure how to go about. Okay, all right, super. Okay, good. So let's go back, do another share screen. Oh, wait. All right, so for attorney, all right, so okay. All right, so you see me now. So for attorney, you're going to contact Elder Care Locator for an attorney that would be able to serve your parents, because since they are of that qualifying age, you would definitely want to go through that organization, Elder Care Locator. Okay. Do you have any other questions? And just to add more information for you, that there's been a tremendous influx in government money available for caregivers, for people who take care of family members, for um, um, children, older parents, grandchildren, that type of thing. So there have been a lot of money has been coming from the Biden administration into those agencies to help and assist and to give grants and services. And again, I'm going to direct you to go back to the Facebook group and look at the posts that I've been putting up. I'll do another share screen. All right, so here we go. Whoops, sorry about that, wrong one. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. This is just scrolling through my Grants Made Easy group. All right, the locator service. Now, why it says locator is because when you talk to an individual, they will actually help you to find grants that are right for you. So it is a locator service to assist you. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, man. This is thanks to Nicole, I think. Nicole, I appreciate that. Nicole, a member in our group, had asked if there is a specific site related to government searches, that site that you can go to where you just get search results for government agencies, because she was saying that many times when she's following and looking for grants, she ends up with ultimately a payment link where somebody is asking her for money. And remember, when somebody is asking you for money, this is never, never, never a grant. So USA.gov is a place to go. Okay, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, a place for you to begin is to get my mini course. It is valued at $47, but for my members and subscribers, it is $0. In the mini course, this is the site that you would go to. It's my website, AndreaAmador.com/grants made easy. And you come to the site and you scroll down, and anything you click on, because I designed the website, is going to go to the download. Okay, this is what you will get. This is a 7-page PDF to get you started in grants, talking about the things that you need to do to be mindful. Like, you've got to set up a place in your home, or even if you don't have a space in your home, you have to find a place where you can pursue grants on a consistent basis. It could be, in a separate room. It could be the local library. It could be the local coffee shop. It doesn't matter, but you need to set up a place where you're going to do the grant search and work on a consistent basis. The emergency services guide. Remember, in the beginning, I had talked about how my husband and I were in a real bind last year where we couldn't afford to pay the rent and we were up against the wall and terrified of eviction. This guide will give you that information on where to go and what to do. Over here, the third one is a video that I created, and it's how to find your local elected officials. And it takes you through the website commoncause.org, which is a government website which gives you the hierarchical um, division from President Biden on down to like your local mayor and your senators and congressmen. All of those people are named, email addresses, everything else. And that's me. Okay, so what I want you to do, what I want you to do is I want you to click for free download. Don't be afraid. I know it said $47, but it's already changed to $0, right? Click on I want this, and then put your email address and get, and then it will be yours. So let me check in with you, see if anybody has any more questions. Whoops. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you. I'm loving the love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Um, Thank you. I appreciate you writing down my Grants Made Easy course, the website where it can be purchased, AndreaAmador.com. So it has been so much fun talking with you guys. And remember, it is not a question of if you're going to get a grant, it's when. And how much work are you prepared to do to make it happen? It's all you, okay? You have to do the work. Okay, you guys, this has been so much fun. If you're not yet a member, come on to the Facebook group, and let's chat, let's jam. Okay, have an awesome evening, and I love you. Thank you, guys. Bye now. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Oh, you guys are amazing. Love you. Bye.